Link Click is a lot of things. It's incredible, astounding, a time travel anime, also a Chinese anime, also has two of the most beautiful characters of all time, whose names I will probably mess up because I am not very good at Chinese, and I'm so sorry, but I will do my best. We have main characters Lu Guang and Cheng Xiaoxi. Cheng Xiaoxi is like the golden retriever of the show. He's the himbo. He is adorable. He is like so earnest and has like this deep desire to help people that like seeps through in everything he does, and also messes up a lot of what goes on in the story. And then Lu Guang is like our contemplative king. He's always cool and collected. He has white hair. Cheng Xiaoxi has black hair. You know, we have those contrasting character dynamics that are so obvious but still work every time. Like, anyway, Lu Guang is always scolding Cheng Xiaoxi for not listening to him. Together, they are the bestest of bros with no romantic inclinations whatsoever at all. Like, not even a tiny little bit. Like, not even in these scenes or this scene. Or maybe in this scene. Okay, well, there's a tiny little bit of a romantic inkling. That is like a staple. The black and white haired characters, they have something going on between them at all times. I know you know what I mean, because, you know, think of Banana Fish, Nana, any other series that has characters with a dark or light personality. It's obvious. Regardless of the sexuality of these boys and how I feel about them, I just want you to know, if you leave here with nothing else, know that these characters are the slickest boys of all time, all of time travel. This video is not well scripted, as you can tell. I'm just sitting here and drinking and obsessing over Link Click. Link Click is a time travel anime, which, as I looked into more time travel anime and like the sci-fi subgenre that exists, I've realized that time travel anime does not miss. They are winning every time. Another key element that I've noticed about time travel anime is that it likes to mix plot twists, romance, and science fiction together. And it usually is able to do this pretty seamlessly. But also the most important thing about time travel anime is that they are never supposed to mess up the timeline, and they always do. It's like the thing where the mom tells the kid not to eat a cookie, and the kid is gonna eat the cookie because he wasn't even thinking about the cookie until you told him. And that's how time travel anime is. No one was thinking about messing up the timeline until someone told them explicitly not to mess up the timeline.
Hold on, do it. Yeah. Oh my god.
I love that Link Click does not waste our time in the slightest. Like, in the first episode, we were just thrown in to what the characters do on a daily basis, which is diving back into photographs for clients who come to them asking for information. And though Link Click doesn't provide any like concrete explanation as to why these two kind of seemingly random friends have the ability to dive back in time together, it makes us very aware of the key rules of time travel for this universe, which are, they have the ability to go back into time using photographs. The power is activated through a hand touch or a clap, similar to Todo and Jujutsu Kaisen, like if you think of his powers, except a person doesn't switch places with an object, they're switching places with the person who took the photo. While in the past, they only get 12 hours from the moment the photo is taken to be in that part of the timeline, and if someone is going to die, if any major event, again, is going to take place, there is nothing that they can do about it. They cannot change it, or the timeline will be drastically messed up. And we see this in the first episode. Things go bad from the jump. But really, by foregoing any deeper information beyond this, we are kind of left just exploring how the characters navigate in this world, and it's so good. Like, it just leaves so much room to be fully invested in the stories that the characters are in. And like a lot of series, it's like a monster of the week type setup, in that it's a different story each episode for the first couple of episodes. So the first episode, Lu Guang and Cheng Xiaoxi get a client who wants them to get some data information from a company. And the only way to get it is for Cheng Xiaoxi to go back and be this girl named Emma who works for right under like the vice president who has all the information. Just in that first episode with this character who ends up kind of being a staple character throughout the rest of the season for her impact on Shing Shaoxi. Also, I forgot to mention Shing Shaoxi is the one who goes back into time, and Luke Wang is the one who stays in the present, and like he can watch and monitor everything that's happening. He knows everything that's gonna happen, so he tells Shing Shaoxi what to do, make sure he doesn't mess up the timeline, even though he can't control everything that Shing Shaoxi does in the timeline. That things do happen. And I appreciate that every story is personal, because Shing Shaoxi, the main character, we are seeing everything through his perspective, because he is the one who is living the lives of the people in the photographs. And it gets wild when sometimes like his own reality blends into the people's reality that he is being temporarily while he is in the past, leading him to make some ill decisions that end up with huge consequences. But again, he's trying his best. I really believe that. I feel like a lot of people would be mad at him because he constantly doesn't listen to Luke Wang's directions, and that gets them into a lot of trouble, but he's trying his best. He is emotionally not okay and he needs help, but he also is trying to help other people for the most part, even though it doesn't always work out that way. I cry easily, so I don't know if this is any indication of like how good the series is, but I cried the entire first season of Link Click. There were just so many twists and turns, and Shing Shaoxi being a part of these people's lives that he couldn't change. Subtly, they explore like mostly Shing Shaoxi's background. They haven't really got to Luke Wang's background yet. I think that's the season 3 thing. But the first 2 seasons are mostly through Shing Shaoxi's perspective and kind of learning more about what happened in his life and why he makes certain decisions based off of what happened in his life. There's a huge emphasis throughout the story of the first few seasons about like parent-child relationships, which just get me. I was in tears. On top of that emotional roller coaster though, there's like also a mystery element where these like multiple mystery assailants kind of pop up and we have to try to see like who they are. They start causing problems in their work basically. If you want to keep your sanity, binge Link Click. I'm so glad I didn't have the anxiety of having to wait week by week for what happened next, especially between season 1 and season 2. Something huge happens, like the biggest cliffhanger ever, and and I would have been sick if I had to wait like a year between. But I also am now in a position where I am sick because season 2 had a pretty big cliffhanger like statement, and then now we're waiting for season 3 to come out sometime at the end of this year. But it's a lot. It needs to be binged. It's so good. This video is just raving. I have no thoughts. Head empty. Link Click is amazing. I love the boys. Anyway, yeah, Link Click layers like mystery, time travel, and relationships in a way that subtly reveal more about its main characters while also keeping the viewer at the edge of their seats. On top of this, the animation and art direction are incredible, obviously. I like the sketchy kind of imperfect art style of the characters, like in the way they're drawn. And surprisingly, the fight scenes are really crisp for a series that has nothing to do really with fighting, but there are several like extremely well choreographed and thought out fight scenes in the story that are impossible to look away from. I also love that the art direction in the show isn't afraid to experiment with different art styles. Like in the second season, there's a title sequence that appears after like the opening song plays, where the characters are like rendered in like 3D, and it's so beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. Like, speaking of opening sequences, the theme songs themselves and the animations are so fitting for the story. And they also provide like a deeper look into what the characters are doing and like what's going on in the world that I think kind of gets lost in some anime now. And on top of that, if you go on Billy's channel, which is the production company, I think it's production or like the publishing company for Link Click, they have a bunch of music videos that are related to Link Click and that are made for the series, that some have something to do with the story, some are just like purely lighthearted and adorable. There's this entire music video multiverse that exists outside of the main story that adds to the context of the story. It's really freaking cool. Honestly, if you want to learn more about that, I got stuck in a rabbit hole looking at Vivid Lies, I think that's how you say their name. Their videos, I'll link them so you can go check them out if you want to learn more about like the music videos and how they all correlate to what's going on. But all that to say that the opening and ending songs are incredible. They're amazing. They're done in like English and Chinese. They're completely unskippable. If you skip the second opening of Linklick, we have to have a talk. Like you don't need to skip it. You shouldn't be skipping it. It's such a banger. If you look on YouTube before the music videos, every single one of them has millions of views. Let that sink in alone. So a lot of people say that it's just like a not well advertised time travel mystery anime. For the most part, if you look at Linklick from like a surface level, it might seem like it's just like a pretty boy, maybe idol almost anime from the outside, when you're literally just looking at the visuals and like all the music videos and things, because that's kind of how it's shown and portrayed through its production company and their YouTube channel and stuff. But literally just watch the first episode and you'll know that what it's about immediately. I hope we get more donghua out there and more like captivating, interesting stories. Linklick has my entire heart. Chang Shoshi, he is best boy. I love him so much. But I am excited to see more of Luke Wang's perspective, hopefully, in the third season. And I'm excited to see like what answers we're gonna get, because we gotta learn what's going on. But if you just love a story that has a good ride, Linklick will not disappoint you. Thank you to my lovely patrons for helping me make this video possible. Yeah, this was a random review. I'm working hard on other videos, but I just didn't have the bandwidth to do anything else other than this review. So this is what I made. Hopefully it's okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.